is it kind of dedicated in your honor, or did you play a role in it, or I guess in any way the Cancer Weekend? Just the background on it.
Well, I think it's something that we've talked about in the past. I think maybe the first year I was honored in the event, but moving forward, there's everybody's affected by this disease, and so I think it's just a really important event to honor the lives that have been lost and honor the survivors. So it's a really good event that we can host.
What does it mean to you that the Fresno State has a weekend series like this? The Fresno State softball is willing to take up the cause of striking out cancer.
Oh, I think it's extremely important. Like I said earlier, everybody is affected, whether it's a family member that's going through the battle, whether it's a friend or the individual. Everybody's affected by this disease. I heard a recent stat that 1 in 3 people will be affected with cancer, and so I think it's extremely important that we bring attention, to the fight and the battle against cancer.
What was the hardest part about your fight? I mean, just give us a little glimpse of what it's like, to get that news, to then battled it twice, right?
Yeah. The first go around, I was happy to get a diagnosis. Actually, I had been through a few months of feeling really poorly, and I was thankful that I finally found out what was the matter with me and that there was going to be a solution. And I had Hodgkin's disease, which is a very curable cancer. And so my first round of chemo and radiation, I went through that for about 4 months, and came out from that and went into a couple months of remission. But then unfortunately the disease came back, and so it was a little bit more of a serious matter, and I had to go through a stem cell transplant at that time.
Do you still get monitored every now and then? Are you cancer-free?
I'm cancer-free. Hodgkin's disease, you can be cured from Hodgkin's disease. It is one of the cancers that you can actually be cured. At the 5-year mark of remission, I was what they say cured, and I do a general physical once a year, and that's how I monitor it and kind of keep up with my health. And then I'm over 10 years out of this thing now, and so once a year checking in is I think sufficient, what the doctors tell me. So.
I apologize, sir, for not knowing the whole backstory, but did you start a weekend at UNLV as well? Kind of start, I guess, these weekend series and as a way to maybe kind of do your part to kind of help fight the disease, I guess. Tell me about that. Just the role you've played in kind of here with the sport.
When I was coaching at Stanford, that's when I was first diagnosed in 2000, and during those years at Stanford, we started a Strikeout Cancer Day, and every year, the 5 years I was there, we had a special day that we tried to fundraise money and for cancer research and things like that, and just raise awareness with the community. And then when Lonnie Alameda and I when she took the job at UNLV and I went with her, that is something that we continue to do. And we partnered up with the Nevada Childhood Cancer Foundation down there and brought the kids out on a day during the season and just celebrated the lives, celebrated the kids who were there fighting the fight, and like I said, honoring the lives that have been lost.
So suffice it to say, when you're on the field and you're coaching on a weekend like this, it takes on a little extra.
It definitely does. It definitely does. And I've had family members and friends that have been affected with breast cancer, especially, and relatives that have been affected by other cancers as well. And I've had friends and family members that have lost their lives to this, and that's a real tough thing, you know. And I feel real blessed that I've come out on top of this, you know, and just feel real lucky with where I am now, and you know, just want to, I guess, offer hope to those out there that are battling this thing.